So, do you think white lives matter?
Ooh, I think Black Lives Matter. I mean, white lives matter, but
So, do you think that? What's wrong with saying that? What's wrong? You're a white person. Do you think it's
I
wrong to say
know.
that?
I mean, I think white lives do matter, but I feel like I'm not a good talker.
Do you think that white lives matter?
I don't agree with the sentiment, but
What sentiment? I'm just a normal person. What sentiment have I brought?
I don't know, the erasure of the Black Lives Matter movement, which is its entire purpose. You know?
Do you think it's wrong that you were afraid to just say that white lives matter?
I wasn't afraid, but I feel like there's like controversy behind saying it.
Yeah. Why do you think there should? Do you think it's wrong that there's controversy around it?
I think it's wrong, but also, I don't know.
No? Isn't that like the sort of message behind it?
But I just asked you if white lives matter. I never said I'm not a movement. I'm just one man with a camera.
Nah.
No.
What do you mean no? Everyone's important, you know. But like, you know, when you say it like that and you think about like the context behind the entire, you know.
Okay. How do people contribute to helping black people?
Not enough, I don't think. But I think raising awareness is always a good start. And I think also by defunding the police and putting money into systems that actually help bring up certain areas and bring up certain people.
So you think okay, how do people contribute to helping black people?
Not enough, I don't think. But I think raising awareness is always a good start. And I think also by defunding the police and putting money into systems that actually help bring up certain areas and bring up certain people.
Help vulnerable young black males to be rehabilitated, but we've had decreasing police numbers in London for like the past 20 years, and crime's just going up and up. So would you argue that decreasing the amount of police in these areas is actually helping, or would you say that it's just like a virtue signaling thing?
I think that I agree with what you're saying. I think that they need to reform the way we criminalise, I think, all people. I think it needs to be much more about like providing support, and also providing support for people if they do get in trouble with the law once they leave.
Do white lives matter?
I mean, I wouldn't say white lives matter, as in I wouldn't use that phrase. I'd say the phrase black lives matter is more important, you know?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by black lives matter is more important? Because that's a bit, go on.
Oh, well, what I mean by that is historically in Britain, black people have been more marginalised, and so it's more important to bring attention to that cause rather than white people jumping on that and say, well, we matter too. You know, we still do, but we're the people who have historically been better off in this country.
But would you say that it's white people as a whole, or just privileged white people? Because that's very generalizing to say that white people as a whole have been better off. Because really and truly, if you look at, for example, if you look at the East End historically, it's been very poor white children. White working class boys tend to do the worst in school. So what do you think about that?
I completely agree. I mean, class is a massive issue, especially in the UK. But you have to recognise the fact that the people who are more privileged and have this higher class have always historically been white, especially in the UK.
Because UK is a white majority country, so obviously they're going to be white. So what ways are white people more privileged than black people today?
There's a lot, I feel like.
Like what?
I don't know.